As of today, April 14th, 2025, everything you knew about America has changed. And I'm going to be real with you. If Congress doesn't act immediately, then the military must. Here's where we are. America has sent an innocent man. Quite frankly, we have sent hundreds of innocent men to a death prison in the Central American country of El Salvador without trial, evidence, or due process. But the administration has admitted that this one specific man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, should not have been deported, that he was a legal resident and an innocent man, and they had made a mistake. The United States Supreme Court agreed, and they unanimously ruled that Mr. Garcia should immediately be returned to our country, and our government has decided to reject their decision. This is clear and obvious proof that our president is now lawless, and we are no longer functioning under the rule of law. Donald Trump just held a press conference in the Oval Office with the president of El Salvador. And when he was asked about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, he deferred the question to Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States, who proceeded to blatantly lie to the press, claiming the man was a gang member, which he is not, was in the country illegally, which he was not, and then claimed that the U.S. had no authority to get him back despite the Supreme Court ruling because it was now an international issue, which is a blatant lie. To be clear, the Trump administration made a deal with El Salvador. We are paying their country with taxpayer money to take innocent people who have been denied their rights and given no trial into captivity with no chance of relief. It is an agreement we set up, not something that's just happening in a foreign nation. It's something that we are paying for. We are kidnapping people off our streets, human trafficking them to another nation, and paying to keep them in a concentration camp. That is what America is doing. How that's even allowed is an excellent question because that is not how deportation works. No trial, no proof, no paper trail, and these people aren't being returned to their home nations. They're being sent to a foreign one to be tortured and brutalized forever. Who agreed to that? Then the press turned their attention to the president of El Salvador, and they said, okay, if it's an international issue, are you going to return the innocent man that was mistakenly sent to a prison camp in your country? And he also said no. He said, why would he smuggle a terrorist into our nation? Who is the terrorist in this scenario? Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a legal American resident, a father, a husband, an American Union member. No one's asking anyone to smuggle. Our Supreme Court is telling you to put him on a plane, but he still said no. So what does this mean? Well, it means America is now lawless. It means the American president, if no one does anything, can label anyone a terrorist, and that person can be kidnapped and sent to a death camp in a foreign country without trial. Trump has already admitted he won't be stopping at foreign-born legal residents. In fact, our president was caught on a hot mic after the press conference asking the El Salvadorian president to build more prisons so we could house homegrowns, meaning U.S. citizens he believes are criminals or a threat to his regime. But if an innocent father working as a union apprentice is a terrorist, what's a politician who speaks against him? A journalist who prints something he doesn't like? A citizen who criticizes his policies? We just watched the president of a country known for human rights violations tell the American president that to liberate his 350 million people, he's going to have to imprison some. And our president and our vice president and our attorney general agreed. So I need you to understand that if the American president can just claim a national emergency and disappear people without due process, there's not a single person in this country who is safe. Our Constitution is null and void, and fascism is here. Now I'm going to be calling Congress to insist they act, because this is an impeachable offense and Donald Trump should be impeached and removed from office. But since I have very little faith in Congress, I am also going to speak to our veteran friends and active duty military so they understand exactly what's happening here and they can get right with the oath they took to protect the Constitution of the United States and the freedom it affords its citizens against enemies both foreign and domestic. This is the moment, America. What we do now will resonate through the ages. Is this who we are? Is this what we allow? Will we continue to just put our heads down and hope for the best? Or do we stand up and get loud and collectively reject this sickness, this criminal, lawless administration? Because this is no longer about politics. It is about identity and morality and justice. So pick a side. Are we a democracy or are we a dictatorship?